Sean, what you are refusing to answer, the question that you're refusing to answer is whether or not the president still
No, I'm not
believes what
refusing.
he
I just said it
believes.
to Jonathan. I didn't refuse to answer that.
You have a Senate and House Intelligence Committee, both leaders from both parties on both of those panels saying that they don't see any evidence of any wiretapping. So how can the president go on and continue to
Because
say
that's not,
these
because you're
things?
mischaracterizing what Chairman Nunez said. He said, quote, I think it's possible he's following up on this. So to suggest that is actually, and you're stating unequivocally that you somehow...
Literally, he said if you take the
Right,
president
and I think that
literally,
we've already
he
cleared
is
that
wrong.
up. And he said exactly that, but the president has already said clearly when he referred to wiretapping, he was referring to surveillance. So that's...
But it sounds like, Sean, that
Okay.
you and the president are saying now, well, we don't mean wiretapping anymore,
No,
because
we-
that's not true anymore.
no,
so now
we-
we're going to
no,
expand
that's
that
not
to other forms of surveillance. What's it going to be next?
No, Jim, I think that's cute, but at the end of the day, we've talked about this for 3 or 4 days. What the president had the quote wiretapping in quotes. He was referring to broad surveillance, and now you're basically going back. We talked about this several days ago. The bottom line is that the investigation by the House and the Senate has not been provided all of the information. And when it does, but where was the concern? Hold on, I just
News reports, not evidence.
no.
not
What I
conversations
think the
with
president
FBI
addressed
director.
that last night and said there's more to come. These are merely pointing out that I think there's widespread reporting that throughout the 2016 election there was surveillance that was done on a variety of people that
There was
came
an
up.
investigation
No,
going
how
on
do
into
you,
whether
Jim?
there were
I find
contacts
it
between
interesting
the
that you
president's campaign
you
and the
somehow
Russians.
believe that
Of
you.
course, they're going to be looking at
Okay.
these various things.
Okay,
I mean,
I
is
get
that
it. Somehow, you seem to believe that you have all of this information. You've been read in on all of these things, which I find very interesting.
I have been read in by the FBI.
Well, so
director,
you're
but the
coming to
House
some
and Senate
serious
intelligence
conclusions
committees have
for a
been.
guy that has zero intelligence class. Well,
I mean, give me some credit.
I'll give you some
A little intelligence, maybe. But no, but
clearance.
what I'm saying is that
I wasn't done. Clearance.
Those two panels.
Maybe both.
Well, come on. Those two panels have spoken with the FBI director, and
I
have been
understand
told there's
that.
no evidence of this.
Okay,
So
I think
just-
this question's been
why don't
asked
we
and
just
answered, Jim.
end this farce and just have the
Because
president say
it's
he was
interesting
wrong.
how you jump to all of these conclusions about what they have, what they don't have, and you seem to know all the answers. But at the end of the day, there was clearly a ton of reporting.
week from now,
Hold
whatever
on,
you're wrong, you're
Jim.
gonna
Let
say.
me answer. No, I think that there's been a vast amount of reporting, which I just detailed, about activity that was going on in the 2016 election. There's no question that there were surveillance techniques used throughout this. I think by a variety of outlets that have reported this activity concluded. So, and I think when you actually ask those two people whether or not, and as Chairman Nunes says yesterday, when you take it literally in wiretapping, the president's already been very clear that he didn't mean specifically wiretapping. He had it in quotes. So I think to fall back on that is a false premise. That's not what he said. He was very clear about that when he talked about it yesterday.